let's get into the Orisha Astrology. So right now, the moon is in Virgo, and it's 27 degrees shining over the 8th house. And then we have the sun that is in Leo, 9 degrees shining over the 7th house, and this is as of 6:50 p.m. When I'm looking at this chart. So right now, the relationship that you have with your inner child is going to be very, very important with this placement right now. So the Orisha story, it has a lot to do with the baby Oshun, which is the Leo, and her relationship with the baby Eshu, which is the Virgo. Now, the one thing that I want to point out, because I've been getting a lot of messages in my meditation about the baby Oshun, and how for so long there's always been like this one-dimensional type of depiction of her. You know, any goddess type of energy that comes down to show love, to show compassion, to show beauty, to show you know, that childlike femininity that's like a maiden, it always get lumped together with the baby Oshun. But one thing that she's been expressing to me is there are many different versions of the baby Oshun type of energy, you know, and you know, with these portals opening and things like that, it will behoove you to dive more deeper and learn more about the different versions of the baby Oshun. You know, the version of Oshun that a lot of us equate to when it comes to the river goddess and stuff like that. She was telling me that the best way to explain that version of her is kind of like when the Little Mermaid got legs, you know. So it's like a version of Alosa, which is the sacred daughter of the sea, when she got legs. Which means that there is a reptilian background. You know, there's a reptilian, you know, sea type of background to that version of Oshun. Now, when we talk about the Leo Oshun, you know, this is a different version of the baby Oshun, and she comes from the land of cats. I don't know the technical term. Maybe you all can tell me in the comments, but there is a some type of star constellation or something like that that deals with cats, and there's a bunch of ancient cat goddesses, and she's from that realm. You know, she's from the realm of the sacred cat ladies. You know, and this is going to be the version of the baby Oshun that I'm going to focus on a lot in my animations, because she has a very rich, very unique type of past. You know, she has a very unique skill set when it comes to the different powers that she has and all of that. And a lot of times when these versions of the baby Oshun, which is the Leo moons, when they come to Earth, a lot of times in their life, they always end up finding themselves having to, you know, turn their energy down. They always have to dumb themselves all the way down in order for them to fit in with everybody, in order for them to not stand out so much, you know. These are the versions of baby Oshuns that are called the drama queens. You know, they're the ones that are the most expressive. They're the ones a lot of times that are the most aggressive. You know, and this version of the baby Oshun is associated with lionesses, cheetahs, jaguars, you know, all the wild cats, you know, the wild cats that you wouldn't want to mess with in the wild, you know. Now, the thing about it is, we live in a world where there's a such thing as domesticated pets, you know, and this is a type of programming that was created, and it's not really natural, you know. It's not really natural for you know, for a elephant or a lion or something like that to be in a zoo, you know, to be in a circus and things like that. And the baby Oshun is like, in a lot of ways, this is how she has to live a lot of times. You know, right now we're in the time of liberation, and this is what you're seeing now with a lot of our women. This divine lioness type of energy is tired of being domesticated, you know, tired of being held down and having to turn themselves down and having to fit in and things like that, in order for them to have a high place in a society that's not natural, you know. Now, there was always one Orisha that never judged her, you know, always allowed her to be herself, and would never let her downplay who she is, you know, always encouraged her to be her most powerful self. And that Orisha is the baby Eshu, you know, which is the Virgo moon. So in this Orisha story, you know, we're looking more deeper into their relationship. You know, this is kind of like the story of people like Michael Jackson and Mike Tyson, you know, how they were able to have these huge lions and these huge tigers as pets, you know. And you never heard a story about these pets biting them, you know, these pets mauling them. Unlike, you know, what is it, the Baskins or whatever, the Tiger King or whatever, you know. And a lot of times when I look at these nature shows and stuff like that, and I see these wretched, you know, explorers or whatever you call them, you know, shooting down these lions and taking pictures of them and all of that stuff, it really makes my blood boil, you know, because at the end of the day, you know, bringing it to a human standpoint, you know, that's what they did to Sarah Bartlett, you know, on that type of standpoint. And right now, our relationships in general are being put under the microscope, you know. With these new times that are coming ahead, a lot of the aspects of the way we used to do relationships in the past are done away with and will never come back, you know. And a lot of things in that department needs to be changed, needs to be transformed, you know. It's one thing that I can say about that too. When you're in an environment where, you know, the state of survival is the rule of the day, a lot of these petty things that we argue about, a lot of these petty things that we partake in when it comes to relationships, a lot of that goes out the window, you know, because there's something bigger that you have to worry about, which is survival, you know. So a lot of that stuff is thrown out the window. But you know, we're in a first world country, meaning that it's been a while since we've had a real type of situation to where survival mode is the rule of the day. So a lot of things when it comes to relationships and a lot of things in that department are going to start to change, start to go back to the way it's supposed to go. Now, with Leo, being in the 7th house and Libra being in the 9th house. This means that when the baby Oshun is looking for someone to go on her adventures with, so she can find her identity and things like that in the wild, she needs to make sure that she's paired up with someone that's wise, someone that's wise like Obatala, and someone that's going to tell her the whole truth, someone that's going to allow her to make mistakes and learn from her mistakes, just like I showed in episode 2. Someone who isn't going to try to intervene all the time when they see her making a mistake. Someone who's going to always push them to greatness, push them to excellence, because they already know, they know that they have what they need inside of them to get the job done. And that's what the baby issue does to Oshun. He knows while they're on their journey, there's going to be times where the baby Oshun may veer off and go exploring and do stuff, but she always has a way to find the baby issue and reunite with him. And then she's able to tell her unfiltered experiences and things like that. And in this case, both of them are able to learn something. Now, what are the 4 key things that makes the baby issue a very, very helpful companion and partner for the baby Oshun while she's going on her adventures and stuff like that? So first we got to look at the 12th house in Sagittarius, which means that this is a type of person that's always going to make sure when you're going after your dreams, they're going to be that wise spiritual guide. Like I said, the baby issue at this point in time has been in the forest for a while, so he knows his ways around and all of that. So she can always trust him to give her a wise outlook on the different dreams and curiosities that she may run across while she's on her journey. And for a baby Oshun, that's very important, because y'all minds be running a mile a minute, so you need somebody in your corner that's gonna always give you wisdom, always gonna give you a wise opinion when it comes to different things that you may be wanting to embark on, because not everything that comes in your head may be something that you need to be giving any energy to, and you need someone in your corner that's going to always give you that wise opinion, that's always going to give you that unfiltered, undoctored, wise opinion about the things that you're curious about. Another thing is the Midheaven in Scorpio. So what does this mean? So this means that a lot of times when it comes to baby Oshuns who's really, really supposed to leave a original type of mark in the world, they really need to make sure that they have someone in their corner who's gonna always remind them of how transformative and how innovative her purpose is, because a lot of times these baby Oshuns end up along the way getting discouraged, especially when it's something fresh and new that they came here to offer to the world. Because a lot of times what they came to offer into the world inherently may not be the most popular thing. It may not be the thing that's gonna start out with a lot of attention and things like that. And since we live in a world that's all about getting attention, that's all about fame and stuff like that, a lot of times if there's no positive influences in her corner that's going to always remind her of what she came here to do and the purpose that she's supposed to fulfill, just so that she can stay relevant and stay popular and things like that. Instead, she'll just end up wanting to do what everybody else did, wanting to be in the same crowds that everyone else is in and things like that, when her essence is about being a leader, you know? And a lot of times, you know, in life, these baby Oshuns end up being manipulated. You know, they end up being taken advantage of and things like that, because a lot of times the reason why you're being targeted and the reason why you're getting this negativity thrown at you, because a lot of times the people in your friend group may be very jealous of you, because they know that if you keep on your purpose and you keep on doing what it is that you're supposed to do, and it ends up taking off and you end up being successful, now all eyes will be on you and those people will be non-existent. You know, no one will care about them anymore. So it's always a jealousy and envy that the baby Oshun has to deal with. And a lot of times, you know, they're just innocent. Like, you know, they're not out here trying to you know, cause a stir or all of that. It's just that that's just their energy. It's just that what they came down here to do. They have to have big energy in order to complete and fulfill the purpose that they came to fulfill, you know. And one thing that the baby issue is not going to do is turn her back on her purpose and just do the thing that's the most popular or do the thing that's going to give her the most attention, you know, because he's always going to remind her of who she is and who she's meant to be. So that's very important. Another thing that the baby issue is not going to accept from the baby Oshun, which is very important, is this second house in Pisces. And this right here is the manipulation that a lot of our daughters of Oshun are breaking away from. You know, this is a type of mind control. This is a type of spell that has been casted on a lot of us, you know. And this is very important, you know, because this is talking about being in la la land when it comes to your value, you know, being in la la land when it comes to your self-worth and things like that. And when you're in la la land and you don't know your own self-worth, and you don't have a confidence that comes with that, you can easily be manipulated into makeup. You know, you can easily be manipulated into masking that sense of self-worth and that sense of self-value with something that's of an illusion, you know, that has nothing to do with what you're really worth, you know, that has nothing to do with who you really are. And this is something that the baby Eshu is not going to accept, you know. He's always going to be the one to tell her the truth about her self-worth, about her value. You know, he's always going to be the one to instill that confidence and instill that motivation, you know, because a baby Oshun that is very adamant about who she is, has a very high self-worth, have a very high self-value, it's going to be very, you know, damn near impossible for her to get off her path and for her to be manipulated into doing something that's contrary to who she really is, because she knows her worth, she knows her value. And it's very important for baby Oshuns to have that type of force, that type of motivating force around them, you know, to be in a relationship with someone who's always going to pour that within her, you know. Last thing that the baby issue provides for the baby ocean, when they're going on their adventures and things like that, has to do with the fourth house that's in Taurus. So this is a stable and very powerful inner confidence when it comes to her roots, when it comes to her heritage and things like that. The baby issue is always going to make sure that he creates a environment while he's around her, where she can, be her full self, where she can lay her hair down and just be her authentic self without having to hide aspects of her, without having to dumb down herself around him and all of that. If she feels like she has nowhere else where she can express herself fully, she knows she can always do it with the baby issue. So what that means for the soul family is, as we're looking out into the world, and there's so much energy, there's so many things that's going on in the media and stuff like that, to make your heart heavy, to make you feel like there's no hope when it comes to love and things like that. You may feel like that there's no way that you can be in a type of relationship where you can express yourself fully, without having to lower yourself. And the main thing that is prevalent right now is that at the end of the day, you got to make sure that the relationship between you and your inner child is on point right now, because there's so much that's being thrown at us to distract us, but our inner child is always trying to communicate with us. Our inner child is always trying to show us the right direction to go, the right direction to set our intentions to. So it's up to us to make sure that we're tuned in to our inner child, and the things of this world don't have such a hold on us that we can't hear the voice of our inner child. Because right now, our inner child is exposing a lot of things that may hurt your heart. Our inner child is exposing a lot of things that may hurt our heart, but it's for our best good, because at the end of the day, all our inner child wants to do is to complete the mission that it was sent down here to do. And we all have a mission. We all have a purpose. We all have something unique and something powerful that we're supposed to offer to the world, and it's high time for us right now to go ahead and embark on that journey, no matter what these outside forces are trying to do to keep you from doing that. A lot of us are embarking on new journeys. A lot of us are getting new ideas to start things and stuff like that. We're having this new creative spark, to partner up with our versions of the baby issue, to partner up with people, places, and things that are in line with these new things that we're trying to do. So right now, keep a very, very close eye on people who are trying to discourage you, people trying to low-key talk down on you. Keep a close eye on people who don't have anything positive to say about these new things that you're trying to do, especially if it's something positive, because the harsh truth is gonna come during Virgo season. So right now, this is just a little glimpse. This is just a little glimpse right now of you making sure that you have the right type of people, places, things, and partnerships around you that's gonna make this new ship sail, you know, to its highest and most optimum level. That's the key right now. And the thing about it is, my Leo moons, a lot of us, you know, we place things like appearance. You know, we might place a lot of, well, Leo suns. This is for Leo suns. You know, we take pleasure in our appearance. We take pleasure in, you know, making sure things look sparkly and shiny and clean and things like that, you know. But a lot of these, you know, it's a good and bad to everything. And one message that I'm getting is, just like when you find out about your purpose, you know, when you find out about your purpose and you find out what it is that that you want to offer to the world and stuff like that, just like how it may not seem like something off the bat that's going to be super popular and, you know, it's going to garner a lot of attention and things like that. You got to put that same type of realization when it comes to the partner as well, you know, because a lot of times, like I said, you know, the baby issue, he's still a trickster, you know. So a lot of times when you see the baby issue, he may not look like something, he may not look like the most popular choice when it comes to partnering up with, you know. And he does that for a reason, because at the end of the day, you know, this is something that you got to do from the heart. You know, this is something you got to do from the heart. You know, it's not always gonna look, you know, look all nice and shiny and stuff like that on the outside. You know, baby Oshuns, you gotta get off that. You know, because that's the reason why you're not finding the baby issue, because you're trying to find the baby issue in a shiny place, when at the end of the day, the baby issue, he likes to hide in the shadows, you know. So a lot of those people, places, and things that you would turn away, you know, a lot of those people that you may turn away because they may look a certain way, they may dress a certain way that you don't really, you're not really feeling, but that person got some knowledge, you know, that person has everything that you need when it comes to doing your new purpose, you know. You got to give that person a chance, you know, and you will be glad that you did. What's up, y'all? I hope y'all enjoyed that video, and if you stayed to the end, I appreciate you. Also, if you haven't already, be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, I want to redirect you to my Instagram page. I don't promote my Instagram page a lot, but as my subscriber count and things like that rise due to things like shadow banning and stuff like that, I'm hearing that a lot of people aren't getting my notifications when I go live on YouTube and stuff like that. So for all things BandClap TV, my Instagram page and my story are going to have all of the notifications and things like that when it comes to when I'm going live, when I'm going, you know, when I'm releasing videos, when I'm releasing content. Also on my Instagram page, if you're curious about my reviews for my readings and stuff like that, as you can see on my Instagram, I have a lot of different testimonials and stuff like that. For those who don't know of me as an artist, I also have videos of me performing and stuff like that. I'll be putting out more stuff like that very, very soon. So I'm just trying to get as many people right now to go ahead and follow me on Instagram. That is BandClap TV, and also my Facebook and Snapchat, BandClap TV as well. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all, and like I always say, no matter what, you got to stay shining. You got to stay shining.